So the SAG AFTRA mafia is back at it again, baby, by forcing more VAs to not be able to work through and through while they continue to lose their roles on other gigs because of the collective work refusal, because of the strike. Here is Allegra Clark, Beidou's VA, literally pleading yet again to go back to work, pleading, saying that she does not want to be here, that any signed contract to work on here is not possible thanks to the SAG AFTRA and video game strike. Here she says they made a cheeky little correction this morning to confirm that the employers are holding to it. Actually, sorry, it's time to end this thing. AAA Productions are actively moving overseas because there's no signed contract to work on. I effing hate it here. Exactly, because why would they stay here if they're continuously being threatened with a literal mafia trying to monopolize the entertainment industry under the Trojan horse that is AI? That is the issue. They want to monopolize your voice and the entire entertainment industry to force companies to work with them, to unionize all companies. Now, I am all for AI protections for voice actors, but the issue with this is whenever you have a corrupt company like the Screen Actors Guild, which operates more like a capitalist system than it does a union, I'm going to tell you right now, you can't trust it, especially whenever the CEO is the #1 paid CEO in all of the entertainment industry. Here she was requoting Elias Tufexis whenever he says, "I voted no on this fucking strike." Almost a year ago now, right on the heels of the on-camera strike. I'm so sick of this whole thing. I think a lot of us are. That's the issue. I think even Hoyoverse and Genshin Impact is fed up. If you haven't noticed, it seems that a lot of VAs are getting replaced in their other roles while being forced to strike them. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. Here it's saying, as you know, SAG AFTRA received the video games company's last, best, and final offer on Friday, May 9th, and we held an informational meeting on Tuesday, May 13th, to review the offer with our members. If you guys remember, that was after they said that they were so close to a deal, and then they had a fucking emergency meeting like next day. It was like, shit, guys, they didn't fucking buy it. We got to go back to the drawing board. At this meeting, members made it overwhelmingly clear that they did not want to take the deal that was on the table. Holy cow. So the issue is they are still holding out. They're still being too freaking greedy. Absolutely insane, dude. Based on this feedback and in the hopes of resolving the strike, we delivered a response to the employers on Wednesday, May 14th. To date, the employers have declined to respond to our offer and are holding to their last, best, and final proposal. Oh my goodness. It appears that these literal freaking SAG AFTRA shills, these SAG AFTRA mafia shills, are their own worst enemy. They don't know how to strike a deal. They don't know the art of the deal, baby. They don't know it. They just don't know it. You don't hold the cards. You don't hold the cards, okay? I hold the cards. You don't hold the cards. Old paper bag boy is the one holding the cards. They don't know the art of the deal, boys. They cannot compromise. They want it their way, and that's all that they'll have it. And the issue is they're acting like children, and of course the companies are not going to respond like children. Here it says the negotiating committee is currently considering its best options and next steps. Thank you, your IMA negotiating committee. Wow, boys, they're so good at negotiating. They are so good at negotiating, obviously. It's literally the definition of negotiating is the fact that you have to negotiate a compromise. Like, holy cow. Here she says this is a strike where people are gleefully reporting each other to SAG for working non-union. Exactly what old paper bag boy was saying. He was saying that these VAs that are on the side of SAG AFTRA, that are shilling for SAG AFTRA, if you don't fall in line, then they will try to blacklist you from ever working in the entertainment industry again. That is their whole shtick. That's exactly what they want. Here it says where the idea of non-union actors who work non-union during the strike may be denied membership in the future is being thrown around in the actor spaces. This shit is petty. Exactly. Y'all didn't believe old paper bag boy whenever he said that they were secretly trying to blacklist people behind the scenes, did you? Because I was 100% freaking right. Because I've worked in this industry. I know exactly how they act. They are literally freaking venomous demons, okay? They are pythons that will constrict everything around them. They are fake through and through. Plastic. They're basically mannequins, boys. Here it says Allegra Clark, some of the most loved loving and professional people I know are being written off as employer plants for trying to encourage people to understand the language for themselves. Hardworking, established talent are being called elites disparagingly for wanting to go back to work. So just for wanting to go back to work because you're a career voice actor and you rely on this for your sole form of income, you are now an elite and cannot be trusted. Like, oh my goodness, dude, these people are their own worst enemy. They crash out on the daily. To be clear, I sincerely apologize for not leading with this. If I see a single fucking one of my peers tagged or heard their name tossed around with threats, then you're also a part of the problem. Exactly. You are 100% right. This is Beidou's VA literally spitting facts, dropping bombs, literally base fucking paper, baby. Like, oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. She's really crashing out here, boys. They finally pissed her off. She finally got mad. She's finally done with it. She said, nope, I'm coming for your neck now, buddy. Like, holy cow. Here it says, and let's address the elephant in the room. Some actors do want certain non-union games to flip union. Exactly. You know, a union actually protects a voice actor, but the issue is the SAG AFTRA mafia is barely a union. It's more of a freaking a talent agency or a literal talent management. Like, holy cow. Here it says, but many are waiting to go back because they don't want to or feel they can't work non-union during a strike. It's try to be a team player with the union or out of fear of retaliation. Boys, Paperback Boy 100% right when he said that they were blacklisting people behind the scenes, that the collective work refusal is really a collective blackmail. Like, if you go try to work non-union right now while we are striking, if you dare try to put bread on your table, well then guess what, you'll never work again. Like, holy cow. Here she says, in general, I think that guilds like SAG are a positive thing because a collective contract means that I don't have to individually negotiate with every project. That is a super good point. Here's the issue. Is the SAG AFTRA evil better than is the devil you know better than the devil you don't? This is the issue. The SAG AFTRA mafia literally wants to be the one union that rules them all, you know what I'm saying? But the issue is they can't, because then that will be bad for voice actors overall. There needs to be many unions in many different jurisdictions, and SAG is trying to supervent any of that. They're trying to control everything. They want it all for themselves. They want the biggest, largest piece of the pie, and then they want to not even offer 86% of their freaking members healthcare. Like, holy cow. But it says, but SAG is absolutely neither serving nor listening to its members right now. Oh my fucking God, dude. They finally pissed Beidou off. She's dropping bombs out here. Holy cow. Bring the LBF to a full membership vote. Oh my goodness, dude. She's pissed. She's mad, boys. They got Beidou mad, and she's finally done with them. Like, holy cow. The fact that retaliation is on the table at all is actually disgusting. Free the artists. Yes, exactly. The artists are literally being held captive by freaking extremists in the group right now, and it's insanely disgusting. Here Allegra Clark says, those are the letters that have been mentioned. Hey, I see you working on this production, but we don't have a union ID for it, meaning that it's not a union game. Can you let us know what's going on with this? Otherwise, we may have to escalate this to the disciplinary committee and make sure that you never fucking work again. Here it says GR1 was Global Rule 1 was largely ignored for so long in a field where non-union titles potentially outnumbered union ones. It absolutely does. So many people worked off card. All of a sudden, people actually reporting to SAG and Global War 1 is getting enforced. Like, holy cow. Yeah, the irony is palpable. Okay, it's literally, you could smell the irony in the air with that one. It's sickening. Here she says, the argument is trying to sign things to the interim agreement, but some clients just don't want to play with SAG, and I've always seen that this is fair, to be honest. It absolutely is, because SAG has been proven to be like a literal mafia. They are trying to force their way. They're swinging the AI bat around, seeing who the hell they can hit, and they're just swinging everywhere. And it's swing and a miss nowadays because people don't like them no more. Also, some projects I've been on have flipped, and I'm suddenly making a fraction of what I made when it was non-union. Insanely based freaking point. A lot of the issue is people think that mostly union projects pay more than non-union, but most of that's actually not the case. A lot of the times, most of the time you might actually get paid more for union, but there are some cases where you would get paid extremely more for non-union, and the union would just want a piece of the pie. They just want to take a cut from that, and that's it. Here, Allegra Clark says it's because of this new tiered agreement, which is meant to ensure that low-budget productions can still sign to SAG agreements. Great, wonderful, but it's also driving down our wages and normalizing that for younger, newer actors. Freaking exactly, dude. She is so on point. This is crazy. It says, and if the argument is but healthcare, deadass, I could make several covered CA payments with the amount of money I lost from those contracts flipping, and the earnings towards that healthcare are so minimal. Oh my goodness, dude. The healthcare argument always gets me because they don't even offer healthcare to all of their members. Imagine going and joining the railroad union and you don't get health care. Like, it's not a union, buddy. It's a freaking management. it's talent management at that point. But she's saying here that she lost more money from the contracts flipping than she ever got towards the health care, which is ridiculous. And here it says Lockhart saying some of the responses to Hoyo's recasting have been absolutely disgusting to me. These people are losing their livelihoods and it's not even their choice, but people have to hate on them because, oh no, my gotcha game has few more cutscenes that aren't voiced yet. And Allegra Clark says, yeah, I really think monopoly is an unfair word. I do not. I think it's actually appropriate. I think monopoly is absolutely appropriate here. I think monopoly is based here. I think the issue is they are actually going for a monopoly, a roundabout one. She says, ostensibly, a union contract protects us all, including non-union actors who work on it and eventually become members themselves, get healthcare, etc. The reality is messier, but when it comes with good intentions, so it's absolutely crazy, folks. But you guys let me know down below what you want. Paper or plastic? Paper being good, plastic being bad. You guys let me know what you think of SAG AFTRA. Paper or plastic. Also, be sure to subscribe, boys. A lot of y'all aren't subscribed yet, so please do old Paper Bag Boy a favor and just drop a sub, all right, and like the video. I would appreciate that so much, boys. Anyways, boys, what do y'all think? SAG AFTRA, paper or plastic? Paper being that organic, crisp, clean, good shit that we need in the voice acting industry, and plastic being that shit that, SAG AFTRA is smoking, that they're basic, you know what I'm saying? I'm going with plastic. These motherfuckers are plastic as fuck. They're plastic through and through. They're basically mannequins. They're aliens from another planet come to take over the voice acting space and literally try to make us all believe that we're lizard people and that they deserve all the money out of our wallets. Anyways, boys, you guys let me know down below what you think. All right, that's it for me, boys. I got to get to a birthday party. GG's, peace.